Hello everybody, this is Navina Shine at Living on Light. I thought today I'd give you an update of how my health was going and how the project was going so that you can keep in touch with what's going on here. Today is the end of the third week, so it's kind of an important day. I do measurements every day just to make sure that I'm not losing too much weight or anything. So I keep all my measurements in this cute little book here, and there it is, Living on Light. And I just write my weight. I write my weight in every day, and the scales also give the fat content. If you do it every day, it's not necessarily accurate, and as your liquid intake goes up, the fat content goes down, or the other way around. I'm not quite so sure. So first of all, I want you to know that I'm feeling really healthy. I haven't felt any of the things that people say that you feel when you don't eat. You know, I exercise twice a day on the treadmill, and sometimes I do a dance meditation, and I just sometimes dance just to keep the bones moving. You know, I'm 65 and I don't get a lot of exercise anyway, so I'm probably more fit now than I ever was before. So I've been having a bit of difficulty with drinking water. I just drink water and tea now. I let go of the coffee after a few days because it was upsetting my stomach. But the water seems to have been doing that. And so I realized that one of the things that was going on, I think I might have been drinking too much water because I just kept drinking water. So now I'm just keeping myself down to the regulated 8 cups a day that's recommended. So that might help. And also the water I was drinking came from a well, and the well has wonderful water. But while you have a full stomach, you probably don't notice some of the details that are in the water. So now I have started to boil the water, and so far it's been much better. So I'm hoping that's going to resolve the situation. At some point, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I just give up water as well, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet. I felt thirsty a lot of the time, and that comes and goes too. Sometimes I feel hungry. That comes and goes. It's just like a little wave of hunger. When somebody's cooking food around, smells very good. I think my mind is really attached to the taste of food. If I wasn't doing the experiment, I might just take a bite of food and chew it and spit it out, but not yet. Not while I'm doing this experiment. So the weight loss I've had so far is 21 pounds. That's in 3 weeks. I've told my body that it's time to stop losing the weight now. It can kind of taper it off and start stabilizing. And in my experience, the body usually does what you ask it to do, if you ask nicely, and if you let go of the things that are in the way of its doing that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm down to 138 pounds. I started off at being 159. Most of my adult life, my weight was 140 pounds. So I'm pretty close to that now. I think as soon as I started menopause, my weight just shot up. And of course, a lot more chemicals have been added to our food since then. So I was almost at 170 pounds at one time. So I think this is a good thing. Okay, I've lost 2 inches on the bust. I didn't even know I had that much to lose. On the waist, I've just lost half an inch. The hips are the same. It's kind of amazing. The belly, which I'm very pleased about, lost 3¼ inches. The arms, top of the arms, lost 1/4 inch. The top of the legs lost 1.5 inches. And as I say, the weight lost 21 pounds. So that's a pretty good report as far as I can tell. Doing well, feeling good, doing a lot of computer work, probably not the best. Hasn't been an awful lot of sun in Seattle, but when I get out there when I can. I sleep very well. You know, sometimes I can sleep 10 hours. Sometimes I will wake up early in the morning and kind of restlessly, whatever, and get up. But then I will rest in the day and I'll have another sleep then. So I've always been a good sleeper. It's been a great asset in my life. Let me see what else. Well, that's pretty much all on the health side of these things. So the project itself, you know, when I first started this, it was my imagination that the whole world would be interested in this and they'd be calling and writing and wanting interviews and sending money and all those things to keep it going. But it pretty much went nowhere, that. We had about 5 or 10 hits a day on the site. And especially since we didn't have the live stream, I don't know if that actually made a difference because live stream is actually very boring. So it's a kind of a slow start. I am having an article coming out in the New Age Journal. Well, they're looking at it now. I don't know if they're going to accept it, but they were interested in the project. So maybe that's coming up soon. A magazine called Zoo Fence is going to print my article too. I'm not sure when. But that's a movement. I had one University of Washington journalist student pick up my WebWire, and she did an interview and is writing an article about me, and then she'll try and sell it to whatever sources that she can sell it to. So that won't be for another month or so yet. Two other interesting things happening is that Deborah at God Discussions on Internet has invited me to be part of a discussion group on what she calls Dimensions in Belief on the internet radio station. So that's pretty much the first time that anything has been done in the public world. So I'm looking forward to that. It's next Tuesday, the 4th of June at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And the station is God Discussions on Internet, if you want to tune in. A very exciting thing happened for me yesterday. I managed to catch Jasmine before she went off on her tour. Jasmine lives in Australia, and she's kind of the guru, the authority on living on light. Breatharianism. She's been a breatharian for many years now, and so you know she lives breatharianism, and she gave me lots and lots of encouragement, and she's a wonderful person. I really enjoyed talking to her. We just chatted for about 20 minutes about all sorts of things. So she was kind enough to put my thing on her link in Facebook. So since then, we've been getting a lot of hits. And I think it's probably going to expand quite easily from there. So I'm very grateful to Jasmine. So thank you very much, Jasmine. From the financial aspect of the whole project, not doing so well. I think today was the first time we had a donation, and that was for $10. Grateful for that. But unfortunately, you know, I don't have anything anymore. I have $30,000 put into this on my credit card, and I have nothing left to put into it. So the phone bill is coming up, and I don't have any money to pay for it. So I don't know what's going to happen to the project. Certainly I can keep the cameras going, but if they cut off the internet and cut off the phones, I'd be a little bit stumped. So I'm putting out to the universe that something will happen in that, and I'm sure it will. And just trusting that everything's going to be okay. So I think by the time I get to the end of the second month, I shall know if I'm living on light or not. Because by 52 days, people who do hunger strikes start dying. Of course, they're in prison, probably a different situation. But in England, Bobby Sands, an IRA person who went on hunger strike, he continued for 66 days before he died. And I'm sure these guys were really sick before that happened. So if I'm all right at the end of 2 months, I'm going to know that something different is happening. And then there will be some kind of credibility. so that people can get more interested in this, and we'll just hope that it flies. Okay, so that's the update, the 3-week update. I'll do one a little later on, but got to spend some time in between. So I look forward to seeing you again, seeing you on Facebook. Hopefully you check out the video. No, they're called YouTubes. Right. Gosh, I live in a different century. Okay, so thank you for listening, and see you next time.